walking out of the cinema after watching Alien. Romulus, the latest installment in the never-ending nightmare fuel of the Alien franchise, I couldn't stop thinking about one simple question. How much of this horror could actually be real? Sure, it's science fiction, but the longer I thought about it, the more disturbing it became. The Xenomorph isn't just terrifying because it looks scary. It's terrifying because parts of it are disturbingly plausible. For over 40 years, these creatures have kept audiences glued to their seats, and not just because Sigourney Weaver is iconic as Ellen Ripley. It's because the Alien films tap into real science, real biology, and real fears we already live with. So today, let's break this down. How far is Alien from reality? And should we actually be afraid of something lurking out there in the dark? Before we dive deep into the science, let's rewind for a quick refresher. The very first film in 1979 dropped us onto the spaceship Nostromo. A routine commercial crew investigates a distress signal, finds a derelict ship, and suddenly, bam! One unlucky crew member ends up with a facehugger clamped to his head. What follows is cinematic history, the chestburster exploding out, the full-grown xenomorph stalking the crew, and Ripley fighting for her life. Every film since has expanded the mythology. Where do the aliens come from? Who built them? What's their purpose? By the time we reach Prometheus in 2089, we're dealing with ancient cave paintings, engineers who may have created humanity, and a black goo that rewrites DNA. It's a tangled universe of ideas. But within the chaos are fascinating science questions. Could humans actually discover alien star maps carved into caves? Could we travel 39 light-years to another star system? And if we did, could something like a xenomorph even exist? The first clue comes from Prometheus itself. Dr. Elizabeth Shaw and her team are essentially space archaeologists, studying prehistoric cave paintings in Scotland that show giant figures pointing at the stars. This isn't just a fun plot detail, it's rooted in real science. Archaeologists actually do study ancient carvings to understand cosmic events. At Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, for example, researchers found carvings they believe describe a massive comet strike around 11,000 BC, which may have triggered a mini ice age known as the Younger Dryas. That's real. Ancient humans really were recording cosmic disasters in their art. So the idea of using cave paintings as star maps isn't crazy at all. Where the movie stumbles is in the details. The constellation Shaw's team identifies, Reticulum, is a southern hemisphere constellation. People living in northern Scotland would never have seen it. Strike one for accuracy. But still, the broader idea that ancient people might have recorded astronomical events and passed them down is grounded in real science. The constellation they identify contains Zeta Reticuli, a real binary star system about 39 light-years away. That's roughly 230 trillion miles, for those keeping count. In the Alien films, this is the system that houses Calpamos, a gas giant with moons where humanity first encounters the xenomorphs. And here's where it gets messy. The films describe one of those moons, LV-426, as only 1,200 kilometers in diameter, tiny compared to our own moon.